Hi guys, it's I am stopping by to make a game, wrong way around, a game chat. So, I got a very much love-hate relationship with this game. On one hand, I really like it, but there's so much going against it, it's unreal. So let's talk about the things I like. I like how it looks. It's a very beautiful game. The shark looks really good and it's really fucking hilarious, terrorizing all the humans. I just fucking love it. I don't just attack their boats. I absolutely pulverize their boats. It's just funny to be able to just attack the boats, you know. It's just a couple of people enjoying their day doing a spot of fishing. I just come along and fuck up their day completely. Sometimes I'm just swimming past and I just give it the occasional boat a bash just to let them know I'm there. So yeah, there are tasks to do, loads and loads of tasks. I'm still playing it. It's quite long really. They say, I've read that if you're very, very good at the game, you can complete it in 10 hours. I'm on level 30. This is the highest you can be. I thought because you evolve, basically, you kill things and then you go back to the, what the hell is it called? It's like a little cave that you reside in and kind of rest a bit, and this is where you evolve and can level up your shark. And then after a while it stopped evolving and I was like, well, maybe I need, because you go from baby to teen to adult to elder. It's called mega in this, but it's an elder. And I wasn't leveling up and I didn't know why. And then I got to level 30 because I was like, maybe I have to get to the top level to become an elder. It still didn't work, so I had to Google it. And apparently you can become an elder at level 20, but you have to find, can't remember his bloody name. The bad guy in there, something Pete. Yes, so you have to destroy Pete. You have to actually fight Pete for the first time and then you can level up as an elder. So I was actually 10 over my level of becoming an elder. So it was a little sad because I basically got to the top level and become an elder when I didn't have to. I could have done it at level 20 and there's so many gates and stuff that you can't get through until you're an elder. So now it's a bit wasted because you find boxes which help to level you up, but I'm at the full level now. I mean, you still get resources from it that you can use to level up your abilities and things, but yeah, now I can't level up my number anymore, like my actual level, and it would have been really handy for doing this because you're eating fish and stuff. It does work, but it takes a long time, so this would have been good to know beforehand. That I was avoiding fighting Pete with the mystery name. I can't remember his fucking name. I was avoiding it because I thought once I fought him that was the end of the game, but no, you fight him and then you have to keep checking in on him, and I don't know how many times you have to fight him. I don't know because I haven't completed it yet, so that was a shame. So it's a really great game. It's really funny. Holy shit, I was in hysterics sometimes. The alligators, by the way, are really hard. The first task you have to do, the very first task, it's not easy, by the way. It's like eat 10 catfish. That sounds really simple, but it's guarded by alligators. And when you're a baby, they absolutely kick the shit out of you. You have absolutely no fucking way of really doing it successfully. You can evade. You're supposed to evade them and get them when they're flashing yellow. If they're flashing red, it's a no-go. You can't attack them usually. So you have to evade them and hit them when they're not red. But the evade in this is questionably good. I don't know who the fuck play tested this game, but it's quite infuriating. So the first thing you have to do is eat 10 catfish, which are guarded by 2 or 3 alligators, which absolutely kick the fucking shit out of you. So it's best to avoid the alligators as much as you can and just eat the catfish to complete the task. Because this is a really good way of leveling up your shark. Just do the tasks, the challenges, the things that are set out for you to do. This is a really good way of leveling up your shark, so do this, but they're always guarded by tougher enemies. So this game has many, many faults. I cannot play this game professionally. I'm quite good at dodging. I would say I'm a pretty good combatalist. Someone who's quite good at combat in games, depending how the fighting works in the game. In this, no. Absolutely not. The idea is just to evade enemies, evade them and attack them when they're open. But the lock-on system is absolutely fucking awful in this game. Lock-on system is a very loose term because it really doesn't lock on. They said it would make the game too easy if you could like lock on like Zelda. Like, you know, Ocarina of Time, the fighting in that is very good for an old game. It works really well because you're locked on permanently. Like you move around the enemy, you attack and it goes into the enemy. This is how a lock-on system should fucking work. It should stay locked onto the enemy I want until it's dead. The lock-on system in this game is absolutely abysmal. I don't know who the fuck playtested this game and green-lighted the amount of errors it has, because holy shit, this game is very flawed. It's actually frustrating. So it basically locks onto an enemy when you get quite close to it, and you basically have to swim headfirst at it to be able to aim in at it. If you're far away from it, even a little bit away from it, it doesn't lock on at all. You basically have to swim at it blind and hope that you're kind of in the right angle to lock on to the enemy as you go into attack. It literally just locks on when you're swimming directly at the enemy. You have to swim nose at it, nose first at the enemy, and then it will lock on when you get this close to it. This is not okay. I don't give a fuck if it would make the game easier. I want a lock-on system that is actually worthy of being called a lock-on system, because this is a fucking joke. I was fighting a sperm whale. These are quite big. Now, this is a fucking nightmare, but the lock-on system, even if I'm swimming at it, I'll go to hit it with my attack and she'll just go past it. It's a huge fucking whale, but I've gone to swim at it because it hasn't locked on correctly. I swim past it most of the time. I hate the lock-on system in this game with a fucking passion. Yes, I've killed enemies, but I've had to do it in a really unprofessional, noobish, hammer the button way. I've tried playing it properly, swimming at the enemy, watching its body language, watching what it does when it goes to attack me, to evade out of the way of it. Because I'm not locked onto it, I have to locate it in the ocean, and then I find it and I try to attack it, but she goes past. Just call it shark. Shark tends to go past the enemy 95% of the time, so it's absolutely infuriating. So I was like just losing all the time. I just kept getting my ass kicked. Alligators are a motherfucking pain in the fucking ass. They're so difficult. Now I'm a mega/elder, I can eat them quite easily. There's also a shake where you can thrash enemies like this by hitting the right stick. This is really hard to get into. When it comes up on screen, thrash with the stick, you instantly go to thrash with the left stick. No, you have to thrash with the right stick. But it's so incredibly finicky, it doesn't really work half of the time. So now when that comes up, I just keep chomping. I just keep eating. I think it's R2 to bite. I just keep biting it until it's dead, because it takes a while, but it goes in like a spaghetti. I've tried thrashing the enemy like it tells me to, and half the time it breaks out of my jaw. But if you just keep biting it, it eventually goes in and doesn't get away. But yeah, biting it, ignore the thrash, ignore it, it's fucking bollocks. It makes you lose. Just keep biting the motherfucking target that you have in your mouth. Ignore the thrash, it's bollocks. Just don't do it. It's a trap, don't fucking listen. So the only way I found the combat to work in this game is to hammer the button. Just fucking swim around the enemy frantically, hammering this button. Just swim in its general direction of the enemy, just the general direction of the enemy, going fast, just go fast all the time, swim towards the enemy and just hammer the fucking button, the bite button, just fucking hammer it, and most of the time you get lucky. If you try and play it properly, with me anyway, I tried to play it properly, look at what the enemy's doing, evade it when it comes into attack, try and fucking locate where it went, try and lock onto it when you're 2 feet away from it. This just did not work for me with this game. I just kept getting my ass handed to me, so eventually I started attacking them out of the water. The way I got alligators was to just stay on the surface and keep jumping out the water, and then just keep attacking in the water. Jump out, attack in. This is what I did. Stay on the surface, attack in from the surface, jump around out of the water and attack in. It's just the way I did it first of all. It was really hilarious because it was just so funny. You were coming out of the water, alligators were coming out of the water, an alligator coming out of the water, another alligator coming out of the water. It was really hilarious. There's an alligator, here's another alligator, there's me. So it's just this chaotic mess of just alligators and me coming out of the water and me just fucking attacking in. And it worked. It really did work. It was hilarious and it was unprofessional, but it was the only way I could fucking make any progress. So yes, that was hilarious. And also the only way I could bloody do it too. So it's fucking stupid. When the combat is that broken, you have to just fucking hammer the button like a one-trick pony. Just in fighting games, that person just punches over and over again, and it seems to work. They seem to win all the time. This is what I'm doing with this game. Just the same thing over and over again. No intelligence put into it. Just attacking in a frenzy until I hopefully get lucky. Jesus. Anyway, so moving on. Another thing that is incredibly infuriating and not forgivable in any sense of the word is how long it takes to fucking load. Not so much when you start a game. When you die, it takes so long to fucking load, and it makes me angry just thinking about it. There's going to be a lot of swearing in this because it pisses me off so much. It's just not okay. I would say it takes about 30 seconds to a minute to load. When you die, to respawn, and you die a lot, especially at the start, you are always dying, especially with the combat system being as fucking bad as it is. You are always fucking dying. And it takes 30 seconds to a minute to load every time you want to start again. Loading, yes, we're on the subject of this. At the start, this was not an issue. You'd swim through the waters, you go into a new area, it would all be seamless. He would just, the narrator, let's get onto that in a second. The guy would tell you a little bit about the new area, everything was fine, it would play like a big gigantic open level. Now all of a sudden, I don't know what it is, it loads all the fucking time. You're fighting and all of a sudden, this fucking screen will pop up and it'll fucking load for about 10 seconds. And then you'll go back into the game and the screen will be black for literally 5 seconds. It comes back in, I'm just going to take you out and load something, is that okay? You might have been fighting a shark with a really high level of health. Well, I'm just going to load for a second, no unknown reason, I just need to load something. And I'm going to put you back in and the screen is going to be completely black, but the gameplay's still there. You can hear it in the background. What you was doing before is still there, but the screen is black for about 5 seconds. Is that okay? No, it's not. I had a shark in my mouth a second ago. Now I don't. Where the fuck did it go? I had it in my mouth. I was in mid-chomp. It was almost dead. And then it loaded and kicked me out for a little while. And then the shark had just come out of my mouth. This happens all the fucking time now. I don't know why. It's nothing to do with entering a new location, because the game had not done this the entire time. I think it's something to do with the more big your shark is, the higher the level it is, the more stuff you have on it, seems to break the game. It just loads all the fucking time now. Swimming along, all of a sudden this fucking screen will pop up. Oh, it's loading something. Whatever it's loading, I don't fucking know, because all this time I've been playing this game, it's not done this. Now it loads every sort of 10 minutes. This fucking screen pops up and it loads something. I don't know what it is, but it does. It's just bad. If you're just swimming along, yeah, fine, okay, you have to load for 5 seconds. I can deal with that, sort of. Thanks for interrupting my gameplay. But when you're in a combat situation and it decides, I want to load something, and then it goes black, when you come back in, you can't see nothing, you're getting your ass kicked. It's fucking terrible. It does it all the time now. And the slowdown, there's so much slowdown in this. it just interrupts the game. It makes it feel broken and not very good. I just slow down. My eyes hurt looking at the slowdown. There was a fish. I went into a fucking cave, and there was a fish there trying to attack me. It was a barracuda, and it was moving weird. It was like, it looked flat. It didn't look 3D. It looked a bit flat, and it was kind of moving like this. I'm not joking. It was like moving like this, like almost like a photograph. If you make something move or a photograph, bit more photograph, and it's like a jagged, it animates, but it's like a jagged, it's not smooth. It was doing this. This fish was just, the game couldn't handle it, and it was just animating like this, and like it did this, and then I was getting hit, and then it was like here. What the fuck is that about? So holy fucking Jesus, I don't think I'll play this again because it's just so infuriating. There is more bad about this than good. The shark's really beautiful. It's a beautiful game. It's a big open world sea. It's absolutely amazing. There's about 5 different locations, give or take, and they all look very different. The one I'm at now is really beautiful. It's like really tropical, and there's turtles and seals and whales. The killer whales are a fucking pain in the ass because of the fighting. I'm getting my ass handed to me all the time because the sperm whales, if you just keep electrocuting it, like I've got an electrocution evade now, if you just keep electrocuting it, it just goes into a daze and floats around, and then you can attack it. But sometimes it just, because they can't lock on, it just fucks off and you don't know where it is. It's like disappeared. I had it was like this far from dying, and it's fucking disappeared. I'm following the arrow, but I can't seem to locate it anywhere. Fucking hell. Just allow us to lock on like a normal game. I was enjoying it so much, and then all these issues started to come up. The loading. And the loading straight away pissed me off anyway. Is this how long it takes to come back into the game when you die? This is not fine. 30 seconds to a minute, maybe even longer, to just sit there and look at this fucking picture. It's just so annoying. It's aggravating. And the fucking narrator can fucking kiss my ass. Really? I've turned this voice off now because he's pissed me off so much. Sometimes he says things that are really funny. I really chuckle and they make me laugh very much. If I'm in a good mood, what he says I quite like. But if I'm fighting and dying all the time, because the combat system is shit, by the way, it's like, you know, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Everybody knows about that game. I've never played it, I never will, but Bennett Foddy, the guy, talks all the time. When you fail, he says something inspirational to make you feel encouraged or motivated or okay about the situation. Well, you've done it already once. Just do it exactly how you did it before and we'll all be okay. This just makes people so angry. Will you shut the fuck up? You are not helping the situation. This guy is exactly the fucking same. If you're losing in a battle, don't fucking stop. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're losing there, I can see. It can't be anything to do with the terrible combat system in this game. I see you're having trouble fighting that killer whale who is a motherfucking asshole. I'm just going to talk a little bit just to lighten the situation. Oh, sharks don't give a fuck about what they eat. They eat fucking everything. Blah, 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 blah. All the time, all the time. This. Sounds like me, doesn't it? But no, there's a time to talk and a time not to talk. When I'm getting my ass kicked for the 100th time on this fucking whale because I can't lock on, your conversation, what you're saying is just fucking irritating. I'm not listening to what you're saying. All I can hear is this American guy fucking talking and trying to fucking give me some encouragement. Oh, flamingo arms come out. It's not good when flamingo arm comes out. Sometimes he says things that are really cool and really funny, and honestly I have laughed at them. But God, he just doesn't fucking shut up. Honestly, even when it's sat there loading, the 100th time you've died and you haven't looked at this fucking picture again while it loads for 30 seconds to a minute to 2 hours, he's talking. Will you shut the fuck up? So I've turned his voice off because I cannot be fucking arsed with these shenanigans. Oh, you're having trouble with that whale. Oh, what a fucking shame. Let me give you this inspirational fucking bit of conversation that they've programmed me to say. It's the same thing. It just angers you. I don't know whether it's done to anger you, but holy shit, there's so much about this game, you would think it was made to be a rage game because it's so annoying. So the cons on this game definitely outweigh the pros. Holy shit. Yes, it's a really cool game. It's great leveling up your shark. I love it. I love terrorising humans, eating everything, finding stuff. There's so much stuff to find and I love that. I love finding shit in a game. And it's underwater, completely underwater. I would expect that from a shark game. It's completely underwater and I love it. Exploring the sea, so much to fucking do, so much to find, things you have to level up to do, and I love that because you can go in there now and you couldn't before. Holy fuck, now I can eat this hammerhead shark in like 3 bites, which absolutely kicked my ass before. So yes, it's a nice game, but holy shit, it just angers me so incredibly much. And I know that once I can complete it, I don't think I'll ever want to play it again. If the combat was good, I don't care if it makes the game too easy. Nobody's ever found a lock-on system that locks onto an enemy reliably and thought, fucking hell, this game is absolutely flawless, but holy shit, the way that they lock onto the enemy absolutely perfectly and you don't lose it at all. I always hit it without fail. Nobody's ever thought, this is too easy, fuck this shit. So why the fuck did they think, well, it makes the game too easy to have a lock-on that doesn't fail you. Let's have a lock-on that fucking barely works. And if you want to play the combat properly, like float around in front of the enemy, watch it a little bit. Oh, it's coming in for attack, evade. The evade is really poor as well. Holy shit, the evade is really terrible. 90% of the time the enemy hits you because the evade is just terrible. Now I've got the spinny rotational thing, or the electric one, it's a little bit better, but the evade at the start is just not good. So if you want to play it properly, I'll watch this, study this enemy. I can evade there, now it's open to attack, now I can go in, okay, it goes red there. No, it's just infuriating to do the combat properly. Don't do it, just fucking cheat, jump out the fucking water 100 times, come into attack while the alligators are on the surface. This fucking works. Yes, it takes time. Yes, you look stupid. Yes, you can only hear the button going tick, 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 tick. But holy fuck, you can take out those alligators eventually. There's also a move where he goes out of the water, with her fin, and she stays out the water constantly while you're up there. You have to press square to get back down. At the start, it teaches you. You can do this by swimming up to the surface slowly, and you'll come out, and then you press square to come back down. You're like, oh, that's okay. Like, if you go slowly up, yes, she goes out. But you would think if you were swimming fast, she wouldn't. And this would be really useful because the amount of times I'm trying to get an enemy, I'm quite close to the surface. I'm trying to get down to attack it. I'm trying to find it, trying to lock onto it, trying to hit it in general. And she always fucking comes out of the water. And at the start, this is good because this is the only way I could kill the alligator. Stay out of the water, jump in, jump out, jump in, attack, and fucking attack. I'm on the surface, fucking attacking. Yes, this is working. Fucking hell. It's hilarious. There's alligators fucking coming out left, right, and centre. Sharks coming out left, right, and centre. It's just a bloody mass on the surface. And yeah, I did it. Fucking great. But the amount of times she comes out and I don't want her to. I'm trying to attack and I'm nearly there. I've got to go down. I've got to go up and down just to get it. And she comes out of the water and I have to hammer the square button. This is how she goes down with the square button. She goes down a little bit and stops. Goes down a little bit and stops, because you can go down by pressing square. She goes down a little bit, stops, goes down a little bit, stops, goes down. So imagine this in a heavy situation of combat where you're getting your ass kicked and you know that if you keep moving and keep fucking attacking that bloody bite button, just keep fucking hammering it, then we're good. But she keeps coming out the fucking water and won't go back down until I press square. If she didn't go out the water, if she was moving fast, which the game indicates you can't, like go up to the surface slowly to be able to do this move at normal speed. It doesn't say all the fucking time. There's just so much of this game. I'm just like, did you not play test this? Why did you think this was an acceptable style of gameplay? Like, oh, she's out of the water again. Holy fuck, this from the tutorial. She should only do that when she's swimming at a normal slow speed. No, she's always out the fucking water. I have to fucking press square to go back down. God, it's so annoying. I've played it last night. I was like, I'm so tired. I'm just so incredibly tired. I just think it's let down by terrible controls. Absolutely terrible controls, not very well thought about, and it's really incredibly sad. But it's funny flopping around on the beach eating humans, just flop around. At the minute I look quite mean. She looks so fucking ugly as well. Holy shit. I mean, look how cool this shark looks. Yes, you can look like this. You get all the body mods. I'm an electric one, so I look different. I just think the electricity just feels like you can take on things in the water just better. The spinning thing is good for boats, absolutely fantastic for boats. If I want to get hunters out, just equip that, and the boats just do not stand a chance. At one point, there was boats on top of each other because there was just a big area with loads of boats and they were just stacking on each other. Like, holy shit, this is chaotic as fucking holy fucking shit. But yeah, she gets so incredibly ugly. She looks alright here, but the electric skin, I think that's what they've got on. I don't know. It just makes her look really ugly. Like, she's got a really cracked bottom lip. It's really gross. She needs some moisturiser. Holy fuck. So she ends up looking really ugly. It's like, ah, God, yes, this looks really nice. It's a really cool electric skin, but I actually prefer the way her normal skin looks because she looks so incredibly ugly at the minute. But hey, it gives me an electric bonus. The bonuses as well can't seem to do anything. Like, it gives me an electric, I'll go all electrified. It doesn't seem to do anything. But hey, I look cool and I got some great rock music with it. But it just doesn't, I don't know what I'm doing if I'm doing something wrong. But I'm swimming around electric. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's the same as the body, like rock, the stone body. It doesn't seem to really do anything. I'm like, well, what's the fucking point? I don't know, maybe it's just me, it just doesn't seem to do anything extra, I don't know. So, I really want to recommend this game because it has some stuff going for it, but, oh God, it just makes me so incredibly angry. And it could have been so avoided by better controls, not going out the water when you're going top speed, because when you're fighting a battle, you're going quite fast, and to keep coming out the water all the time, it's just really inconvenient. It really is. I really wouldn't recommend it, and it's really sad because it's quite a good game. I mean, it's made well. It's beautiful, and the shark's really cool, and the narration is sometimes really funny, and it's just the game itself is just not made very well. Like the controls side of it, the way it looks and everything, fucking can't fault it. It's beautiful, but holy shit. The controls and stuff is just not acceptable. The loading is just not fucking acceptable. I swear it's just not. It gives me a headache just thinking about it. And I'm gonna go, guys. This is very fucking long and I'm really sorry. See you later. Do not buy this game if you're very easily angered because holy shit, it makes me want to drink. I want to drink something when I play this. Fucking hell. Anyway, bye guys. Bye.